Hey everybody, good morning. It's Pete. Welcome to today's episode of today's Best Stock Picks. It is Tuesday, June 16, 2020, and what a day to trade yesterday. Whether you're a day trader or a swing trader, you might have been able to initiate some new positions. I'm kind of still in day trading mode right now, and I'll explain why in a minute. The futures are actually up today, following through from yesterday, but we got some stuff on the docket today. I'm going to explain why I'm still in mostly day trading mode. I'm not really looking to initiate any new longer term swing trades. I'm laughing because if I talk to my friends that are investors, to me, long term is 5 days to 2 weeks. To them, they might be holding something for 3 years. So I'm getting a laugh out of that. But futures are up, but there's a really interesting story we want to talk about today. We have a big list of stocks to review today. Some of them are for today. Some of them are setting up at different levels, which, by the way, I'm very happy to see in some emails that I'm getting. Some of you are starting to set alerts. Even if a trade's not ready to fire today, you are now starting to become aware that there are certain levels that you need to see a trade hit. And if it does, you absolutely don't want to miss it. So I'm going to spin that in a different way. You want to make sure that you're in it. The last thing you want to do is have a trade that you did the hard work for, you planned for it, and you miss it. That's sacrilege. If you do the work, you want to get in there and get paid. And don't just rely on seeing stocks in your stock watch or looking down at your quote once in a while. Actually have an alert set on your screen, get a text message, whatever it happens to be. You want to be involved. But here's the thing I want to make sure we talk about today. I want to explain why I'm still in day trading mode. I want to explain why I'm not comfortable. We discussed yesterday why we were looking to be a buyer. Yesterday, we were looking for certain things to happen. Just 2 or 3 trades just exploded yesterday, although most of the market exploded yesterday. The thing that I was most happy about, especially in the community, was nobody was looking to be short, despite how nasty last Thursday and Friday was. And that really just comes from preparation. But it was super, super exciting for me personally as their coach to see them excited to having their plan, looking for the levels getting hit, and then seeing these trades. Just one of the people in the room yesterday, Michael, actually just said, it's amazing how sometimes the trades just fly off the bat. It's a little baseball metaphor there, but yesterday that was absolutely the case. Yesterday we were swinging an aluminum bat versus hitting in the cold weather, and you hit that wrong spot on a wood bat. It hurts. I know, I'm a catcher, so it hurts playing in the cold weather. Anyway, super interesting story today in SHAK that we're going to discuss. Not really rocking the stock too much, but it should make the stock in play. So if you're looking for a stock to day trade today, it's in the news, and the story is just, I hope it's not true. Let me put it that way. If you find these videos helpful, absolutely click down and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to find out about the boot camp, scroll down to that as well. It's just an amazing 30-day experience for just a really tiny, tiny investment. For less than most people put at risk on one trade, so you get a whole 30 days and all of that lifetime of knowledge. So we're going to take a look at the futures. We're going to take a look at the news story in SHAK, and then I have a list of probably about a dozen stocks we're going to take a look at as potential opportunities for today. So let's scoot on over. I think first we'll go over and take a look at the story because it's just a little bizarre. New York cops treated after drinking Shake Shack milkshakes they think were spiked with bleach. Honestly, I really hope this is not true, but from a day trading perspective, it could very likely give the stock some juice today, no pun intended, to get involved. So we're going to actually come back. We're going to take a look at SHAK and see what that's doing pre-market. But this line here is where the market closed yesterday. So you can see just the wonderful, wonderful move to the upside that we had yesterday, which was most of this. But here's the line in the sand. We actually had a really good level yesterday. We were looking at 303.62 in the SPY ETF, a little different than what we're looking at here in the E-mini futures, the June contract, which, by the way, we're going to be rolling that over to September soon. There's stuff going on today. We have earnings in ORCL and Groupon. We have, obviously, the news. We have retail sales coming out pre-market as well. But here's the big one to pay attention to. Jerome Powell testimony at 10 a.m. today. Keep an eye on that and make sure that you're aware of that, and your share size, especially if you're day trading, your share size needs to be in line with whether or not you want to have bigger. Whether or not you want to have bigger positions into one little slip of the tongue that could make the market explode in either direction. What's interesting yesterday, and this goes all the way back to reminiscences of a stock operator with Jesse Livermore, Explosions in price action tend to happen in the direction of the line of least resistance, which means the current trend. And that announcement yesterday with more Fed intervention exploded the market to the upside. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, basically this is what I'm talking about. And it's probably a little bit more dramatic. Out of nowhere, we were still looking to be long. John from our community called out the long here, which was really just a phenomenal idea. We were above the open. We had all the reasons to be long. We held previous support. And we were long here looking for another move to the upside in the afternoon. We just didn't expect the news. Obviously, it was an amazing, amazing bonus to the day where everything we were in just exploded to the upside. And it was a fun, profitable afternoon, which really sounds weird compared to the exhaustion that we went through last Thursday and Friday, but that's what it means to be a trader. Look, you signed up for this job. That's a part of what we do. So yesterday we got paid back for all the stress from last week in one day. One day made everything back. So get involved. So here's Shake Shack. It's not even trading down that much, but it should be in play because of the news. So it's not really something that is like exploding up or down. There are a couple of stocks, one of them very thin, which I want to point out one in a second. One that meets the criteria, but I'm not telling anybody to trade it. I'm going to explain why in a second. So anyway, keep SHAK on your list today. It's definitely going to be an interesting news story to see how it plays out. Again, total context. I'm not saying anything's going on. I know zero. But if it's true, it's going to be interesting to see how the stock reacts. Again, a couple of bad employees versus the company. Big difference. You got to make that distinction. I want to talk about NKLA, Nikola Corp. I'm getting a lot of questions about this stock, why I'm not calling it out, all of those kind of things. Quite frankly, and I'm going to come back to the screen really quickly. Quite frankly, I don't think most traders can handle it. And I'm not trading it. If I don't understand the story behind it, meaning I don't understand, and when I say story, I'm talking about the price action. You know, a stock that goes from $12 to 96 in a couple of weeks, I understand there's news. I understand all the rookie traders are out there saying, oh my gosh, we got to get involved. I'm not telling anybody to trade this because it would be irresponsible on my part to have somebody who maybe never actively traded before is sitting home because of what's going on in the world right now, day trading for the first time, and they're looking at a stock that explodes $35 in a day. And then the next day, it has a $40 reversal. Most people who are inexperienced can't handle that. So if you're sending me emails asking me why I'm not talking about this, it's because it would be irresponsible of me to do so for most people watching these videos. If you're an experienced trader, you want to get in there, you want to mix it up, and you can handle it, that stock turns on a dime, go for it. I'm not going to call it out because I feel like I have a responsibility to help everybody, put everybody in a position where they understand what I'm talking about, and if and when those stocks move, we can handle it. So I just wanted to explain that because, believe it or not, it's a common question I've been getting lately. So anyway, we're going to get into the SPY very, very briefly. This is the line in the sand that I'm looking in the SPY from the long-term bounce in March. We actually obviously broke the trend line last Thursday and Friday, so now we have two levels. So this is why I keep mentioning day trading. Right now, I'm not feeling conviction until we break one of these levels, and it's a big, big level. It is, we're talking about 297 to basically 323. That's a big window. A really big window, and 303.62 is the monthly opening price for June for the SPY. So we have a lot of stuff mixing it up in there. So I'm in the SPY specifically, when we're talking about the market, I'm reverting back to, I'm trading the most recent price action until this longer term trend resolves itself. Very similar, as I discussed in a previous video, happened here, where we jumped into this box when we broke this trend line. So you can kind of see what's going on now. We have kind of the same thing happening over here. It's just a much, much wider window. And now, generally speaking, again, if you read William O'Neill and all the basic technical analysis stuff, tighter flags, tighter pauses tend to follow through, which this one did. A wider one tends to be a reversal. I'm not saying it's the top, but I am saying that's a pretty wide window. So that's why everybody's asking why I'm in day trading mode right now, why I'm in maybe swing trading where I'm maybe holding one over to the other. I didn't carry in overnights last night. I just didn't like it. I'm glad that we're opening higher. We'll get some opportunities today. So specifically talking about some of those opportunities, I want to first start out with some stocks that traded double their normal volume yesterday. GSX cleared this level here at 46 and traded through there. I need to see it stay above. Here's the trade. I need to see it be above yesterday's close, above today's open, then I'll look for an entry to be long. But you have to love when something, boom, double normal volume, right? Which means the stock's in play. And that was a big part of our coaching call last night, identifying stocks in play. DKNG as well, phenomenal trade yesterday. Congratulations to Chris and a couple of other people in the community who just really had unbelievable trades in this yesterday. And it's funny, Chris's big thing was getting out of this good trade too soon. Look, everybody should have that problem where your biggest problem is you're exiting good trades too soon. I would love to have that conversation with everybody watching this video right now. But anyway, also setting up, not only did it have a perfect test of the previous day's low, it also was an inside candlestick breakout. So there were so many good pieces to this puzzle. And again, remember, we talk about that. Setting up good trades is what tape reading is about. It's building an argument for an idea. We just had some phenomenal ideas yesterday. Thomas called out a great trade that we went long yesterday, one in PM, one in BMY. The BMY trade didn't do anything. The PM trade exploded, and it was a really nice, good one-day trade. Well, no order flow here, so that's why I personally did not carry it overnight, but a really good setup. Nice job there, Thomas. And interesting, out of all of the airlines, which have recently been a mess, Save actually traded double its normal volume. So I'm going to be looking for Save to actually get some follow-through today as a day trade. Again, I don't like all this indecision with all these melted candles, not really telling me that there's something obvious there. I'm going to go back to the granddaddy that is many people are considering to be the market stock. Apple just keeps sniffing all-time highs again. You have to be looking long in Apple. There's no reason to be doing anything else. As a matter of fact, it needs to be on your radar. Then we have Zoom, ZM, which I'm actually on right now. Another good opportunity yesterday. We actually mentioned Zoom in the previous video that it was trading still near the all-time highs despite the market pulling back hard, which was relative strength. And again, if you're watching the video, if you're in the community, especially when you learn how to fine-tune some of these entries, you long these stocks, and just one trade, two trades pays you for the month. It's just an amazing, when you set the trades up and they follow through, honestly, there's nothing better. Feeling is just nothing better. SHAK actually broke out of a trading range. I need to see this stay above 760. We obviously have all-time highs resistance. This monster pullback here and this one here needs to be taken out. So this one here, first level target, if you're looking to trade this long, is the 844 level, which is about $39 away. So SHAK still has some room. One that I did not call yesterday, I'm not really sure why. It actually was showing awesome relative strength as well. Remember, relative strength, the market pulled back for a couple of days. This stock actually did not. I never traded it before, which is why I didn't call it out. It did come up in the scans, though. A couple of people in the community yesterday called it out. Got above that 36 and stayed there. I actually do like the stock long again today. CRWD is one that pops up in my list once in a while. Again, decent relative strength, strong close yesterday at the highs. I like this above 99.50. Peloton keeps going in and out of my list. New all-time highs. Again, you can take a look at the monthly chart so you can see what we're looking at. You have to be long a stock that trades at new all-time highs. Now, when I say long, it means you have to consider looking for a spot to buy. I will be looking to bid this stock today. Twilio, one of those stocks that hasn't triggered yet, but this looks very similar to what we saw in Twilio. Twilio is the stock. Similar to what we saw in BILI, where it's right at that level. We're looking for a breakout there as well. SE, really good follow-through yesterday, looking for that again. It's opening up $4 higher, at least that's where it is now, so you might want to be buying that on the first pullback, not on the open. And then Datadog, which has been in the list for a while. On the short side, we actually have Merck, which was finally broke that 76 support yesterday. Maybe one more day to the downside. I think the better trade in Merck right now to put in your watch list is look for it to pause for a couple of days. I'm not looking to get short today, but I am looking for it to pause on light volume, looking for the next move down. You can see that the next move down to take us down to the 66 level. Roku, which has been out of my list for a while, and you can see why. It just keeps going into these crazy trading ranges. Still below what was support. And again, this was a huge part of our coaching call last night, is recognizing when stocks are stuck, not getting caught in them, taking it even deeper to recognize when they're well bid, well offered, and there's something to do, and waiting for it to come out. So you need alerts set in Roku on either side of the trade right now. I just have to pull it up because it broke support. We could see it went right back into another window. So don't throw your money away there, wait for it to break out. Absolutely have the alert set though, because when this stock breaks out, it's usually a pretty good trade. And Walmart obviously had news yesterday, traded below the 120 support. I'm just looking for the stock to be in play today, maybe a day trade. I'm absolutely not looking to short sell the stock, but there is some opportunity today. So take a look at the at SHAK today, see if it's in play. Plenty of good opportunities today. Save, very interesting, out of all the airline stocks, had double its normal volume. So look for that one today. Daily chart's still a little bit of a mess. Boeing, we've been trading back and forth as a day trade. I'm not getting involved. And I need for that to clean itself up a little bit. At the very least, have some clear weekly perspective and clear weekly order flow where I can see the smart money is absolutely there. And with consistency, then I'm going to dip my toes back in there. But I'm kind of staying away from now. I don't like the viciousness of the selling last week. Absolutely great bounce back. Congratulations if you happen to be long there. But for right now, I'm tiptoeing around Boeing right now. If you find these videos helpful, absolutely click down and subscribe. Leave a comment or some feedback if you have something you want us to see or take a look at. And definitely click down and take a look at the boot camp. As I said, it's a really tiny investment. You get 30 days, you get 60 hours of real-time coaching plus the Monday coaching calls. Have a great day, everybody. We'll speak to you soon.